Okay, so today's piece is called Two Nocturnes, and it's by Sciarrino. These are two piano pieces which he wrote in 1998, dedicated to Daniele Paulini. The first one, you can see that you have to silently depress the keys with the left hand, and then like slowly move up the range of the piano without making a sound. So that's already very difficult. And then you already have, I'm not sure what the white note has mean, but maybe you just have to play incredibly quietly, and that's what it's indicating. So it's like different from just playing pianissimo. Um, but yeah, that left hand technique and then leaping up over or like the right hand leaping between staves is sort of the challenge with this one. I mean, we looked at some other nocturnes by Sciarrino, and they're more like etudes, like the how difficult they are. Like here we have repeated notes, um, super quiet, and then the extreme lower register of the piano. Yeah, I remember finding these. Oh yeah, there's like pedal stuff too, like sustain pedal. I remember finding these pieces in like 2018, and it really impacted the way I started writing music for piano. Um, I didn't do anything nearly this complicated, but tried playing around more with resonance and stuff like that. And I don't know, my teachers didn't really get it. Um, 'Cause I mean, I've just had a lot of composition teachers that don't listen to anything. There's a Klang Forum Vienne recording of the first movement. Can I find the second? Yes, and the same album you can find the second one, which is 8 minutes long. First one's five, so it's pretty substantial. It's much larger than the two Cruel Nocturnes, which we looked at a couple days ago. Obviously, it's a very difficult piece to play. It doesn't get performed that often, so I'm excited to hear this performance. Ives Concord Sonata, that's a beast. Die Belly Variations, Puro Lunaire, playing in Avanti Chamber Orchestra. Uh, he did the Crumb Macrocosmos recently. That's pretty huge. He's been a member of Klangforum Vienne for 12 years, collaborating with Tristan Marai and Bea Führer. Führer, of course, directs Klangforum Vienne, who's one of the founding members. Concert highlights: Unsuk Shin's Piano Concerto, premiere of Bernhard Gander's Piano Concerto, Philip Mainz Piano Concerto, the Ives Concord Sonata, as mentioned before, and Crumb's Macrocosmos, which I mentioned before. So he's also part of a violin duo, or sorry, violin piano duo with Patricia Kopachinskaya, and since 2 years ago he became professor of piano at Cologne University of Music and Dance. So yeah, that's pretty huge career. So I'm excited to hear his interpretation of this. Link is in the video description. I'll see you in 13 or 14 minutes. Okay, so this is kind of a crazy performance. Like you have to have so much control over every um like facet of the piano. The first movement reminds me kind of some of the figuration in Quaderno di Strada which he wrote like 5 years later or 6 years later. Um, but this second movement was the idea seemed entirely new, and I don't think it's easy to find it anywhere else in his oeuvre. This like very steady clicking thing. Um, yeah, I think it's much more interesting. It's like definitely the more interesting movement. He has a lot of things going on. Like the first really interesting sound I thought was silently depressing these notes and then hitting the notes an octave below, but just over an octave, right? So there's like this cluster and then a cluster an octave below that. Um, the pedal stuff was not as easy to hear in this recording. And then there was like stuff in the middle and lower register with these um, blank note heads where I wasn't sure if it was a different technique, but there was no audible pitch. So like these low ones, it was you would just hear the sound of the um, keys lifting, actually. It's very weird. It kind of becomes a heartbeat towards the end of the piece. Um, yeah, these two are cool. I think they're more interesting than the cruel nocturnes we looked at, and they're a better representation of Sciarrino's style. Um, so yeah, uh, there's still a there's still a third and fourth nocturne, which we're going to get to over the next couple of days. So he wrote a lot of these right in 1998. I'm not sure why. I guess he had an opportunity to work with certain pianists. So